I've replayed that Christmas in my head the way people replay documentaries about financial scandals, calmly, analytically, pausing at the exact moment where the outcome became inevitable. It was at my parents' house in Ohio. The usual setup: too much food, wrapping paper migrating across the carpet, my sister Lauren's twins shrieking over plastic dinosaurs, my brother Mark assembling something with batteries he hadn't brought. I was the only one without children. That detail had always hovered around me like a faint subtitle. We'd agreed weeks earlier that we'd split the kids' gifts evenly. It had been said casually in a group text. No totals, no specifics. Just that soft family language where everyone assumes someone else is doing the math. During dinner, the ham like a judge issuing decisions. He's always believed leadership means speaking last and loudest. When the twins tore into their mountain of presents, gaming console, tablets, winter coats, science kits, I remember thinking, that's generous. I didn't know I had just funded generosity. My phone buzzed while Lauren was filming her kids. Bank notification, 2008-43-17, Merchant Northfield Toys and Electronics. My stomach didn't drop, it tightened. I checked the details, my card number. Full amount. Not a split. Across the table, Dad was explaining to Mark how inflation was mindset problem. Everyone laughed. I stood up quietly and walked into the hallway near the coats. I called Lauren first. Did you mean to use my card? A pause. Not confusion, calculation. Oh. Dad said it made sense. You don't have kids, so. I went back into the dining room. I didn't raise my voice. Dad, I said, holding up my phone. Why was my card charged for all of it? He didn't hesitate. That's the part I respect, in a strange way. We voted, he said, like this was a board meeting. You don't have kids, you have more flexibility. It's fair. Mark nodded. Lauren avoided eye contact. It was the word voted that did it. As if I had been absent from a meeting about my own finances. I didn't agree to that, I said. Dad waved his hand. You'll be fine. It's Christmas. That's when I lifted my phone again. Then you'll love what comes next. I told him. Actually laughed. Don't be dramatic. I stepped outside into the cold and called my bank, not angry. Precise. I'd like to dispute a charge, I said. The transaction was processed without my authorization. The representative asked the standard questions. Did I provide the card physically? Did I approve the full amount? Was there a signed receipt? No. Within minutes, the charge was marked as disputed. A provisional credit would be issued. The merchant would be contacted. If no signed authorization was provided, the chargeback would stand. When I walked back in, nothing had changed. The kids were still playing. Dad was pouring coffee. He looked at me like I just stepped outside for air. I didn't explain. I didn't argue, I ate pie. The next morning at 8:12 a.m., my phone began vibrating on my nightstand. Lauren, Mard, voicemail, then texts. What did you do? The store just called Dad, they reversed the payment. They're saying it's fraud. By 10 a.m., I had 53 missed calls. Here's what happened. When the bank initiated the chargeback, the retailer flagged the transaction because the purchase was processed without my physical card present. Lauren had typed in the number from an old photo I once sent her for concert tickets. The merchant required proof of authorization. There wasn't any. So the payment was pulled. The store contacted the purchaser of record, Dad, whose rewards account had been used. They informed him the transaction was under investigation and payment was required immediately to avoid further action. In other words, authority had entered the room. Dad left a voicemail I still have. You've embarrassed this family over money. I listened to it twice before responding. I didn't embarrass anyone. I texted back. You charged me without consent. When the full amount is reimbursed to my account, I'll notify the bank that the dispute can be resolved. No threats. No insults, just procedure. Mark called me selfish. Lauren said the kids would notice the tension. Dad said I was proving why I shouldn't have children, that I didn't understand sacrifice. What struck me wasn't their anger. It was their surprise. They had genuinely believed I would absorb it. By evening, Dad transferred my portion. A third of what had been agreed originally, not the full amount. I didn't respond. The next day, he transferred the rest. Only then did I contact the bank to confirm the matter had been settled privately. There was no apology. Just a short text from Dad, "It's handled. Christmas invitations have been different since. I'm still invited. Still seated at the decisions about money are now explicit. Confirmed. Written. No more votes without me. I didn't win anything. I lost a certain softness. The illusion that family automatically means fairness. But something else replaced it. When Dad carves the ham now, he asks before assuming. And that quiet, procedural, undeniable, is enough.